Zijn jullie klaar voor de dart? Then let's now meet our first two players of the night. Would you please welcome first from England, the world number 32, with one title on the Pro Tour, a World Championship and European Tour semi-finalist. Time to welcome Shaggy Scott opponent from St. Helens, England, the world number 15, a World Championship and World Grand Prix semi-finalist, the reigning Masters champion and the former Lakeside champion of the world. It's the Bullet, Stephen Bunting.
I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose. Far away, ricochet. You take your aim. Far away. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am
And ladies and gentlemen, please also welcome on stage our referee of the first two matches of the night, and that is George Noble.
Well, hello and welcome. This is the Antwerp Expo. Already it has stamped its authority on the European Tour. Brilliant venue and a superb tournament so far. We're only halfway through. 3 sessions down, 3 more to go, and we haven't even seen the likes of world champions Gerwyn Price and Van Gerwen and Luke Humphries and loads of stars that you will see tonight. We have seen big numbers posted already. Loads of big checkouts, loads of 180s. The 9-dart are threatened repeatedly. And a big chunk of that good work was done by Scott Williams very early on in the opening session of the tournament. He was sensational at times as he racked up 100 average in his first round win over the Finnish qualifier Marco Kantala. He may have to do something similar again if he's to overcome the Bullet Stephen Bunting, the reigning Masters champion and a former Lakeside world champion, of course. Rob Malarkey alongside me for the opening game of the night. The winner of this one will go through to play either the German number 1 Martin Schindler or the Scottish number 1 Peter Snakebite Wright, both Euro Tour title winners this year. And you'll see that game later tonight as well.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. It's been one of those weekends where I seem to be constantly revising what I think has been the match of the tournament so far. It's just a continually evolving process and best moment of the tournament so far.
What have you settled on at the moment?
I mean, I'm still looking... I say still looking. I am looking at Ross Smith and that fight back against Mike Decker. 4-0 down with a... I mean, let's face it, the Belgian crowd, very respectful, but it was very loud. It was clearly very partisan, but best of order again for Ross Smith, but what a fight back that was. Dobie's 158 checkout was pretty special as well, although he was 5-2 up at the time. Don't want to take any shine off that, but yeah, as you say, Dan, here and there, just great moments littered throughout this tournament, pretty much from the word go. And as you say, Scott Williams providing some of that magic yesterday in that win against Marco Cantler, but yeah, tougher assignment ahead this evening against Stephen Bunting, the number 7 seed, one of 6 world champions past and present in the field tonight as well.
Yeah, only one seeded player to fall so far as well. That
Yeah.
was Damon Hetto in a thriller of a game with Dirk van Duijvenbode. So it's mostly gone the way of the seeded players. Good news for the likes of Bunting et al. Tonight. But there's so much threat on the other side of those ties, the unseeded players who came through round 1.
So Bunting back on the European Tour stage. Quick summary of what he's done so far this year. Semi-finalist in Riese and in Graz. Couple of quarter-finals as well. One of them in Belgium, in Wiese at the start of this year. Or at the start of this European Tour season. 180 for Stephen Bunting, the first of the match. Just going back to Bunting, yeah, one of the measures, I suppose, of how consistently he's been performing of late. All of that suggests that maybe a first Euro Tour title can't be too far away. He's made 2 finals before, but it's been a while since he won a ranking title. Masters champion, of course, this year.
But will be ranking next year, of course.
Yeah. Changes mentioned a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, we don't know how it's going to work, but it is going to be ranking, whatever the format. Bunting. Lovely couple of visits to leave himself tops after 12, and he pins it, and that is a brilliant little trio of visits from Stephen Bunting to take the opening leg on throw.
Yeah, nice 13 dancer for Stephen Bunting to start things off. Scott Williams, World Championship semi-finalist, of course. Stunning run at Ali Pali, brought to an abrupt halt by Luke Humphries in that semi-final. 6-0 the score that day as Bunting taps in another 180. Playing only his 6th European Tour event of his career is Scott Williams this weekend. But already a semi-final to his name. That was in Budapest around about 12 months ago.
Steve. Steady on. It is back-to-back, and Stephen Bunting is on the 9. So many times we've seen 6 darts or 7 darts perfect at the start of the sequence this weekend. Can Bunting go further? Can he go all the way?
Yeah, Mike De Decker went very close earlier on today. 7 perfect darts for him, and it's 6 that's the extent for Stephen Bunting in this one, as the dream evaporates once again. But yeah, I mean, I would not be surprised in the slightest if we were to see a 9-darter this weekend. We had one in Belgium earlier this year, courtesy of that man Luke Littler, in his European Tour debut in the final against Rob Cross as well.
10-darter will be the best leg of the weekend so far. That's what we've got. What a leg of darts. What a start from Stephen Bunting.
Well, couldn't really have gone much better for him, to be honest. 23 darts to win the first 2 legs, and yeah, already Scott Williams with a lot of work to do to get involved in this one. Scott Williams in the field this weekend as an alternate. He lost his final qualifier against Jitse van der Waal, but curiously he's gone further than him in the tournament, or he's lasted longer, I should say.
Tell you what, some grouping on that, wasn't there? But it's a very strange looking dart, does Scott Williams. Really chunky barrels, but very long points, so he is able to cluster them together like that.
140.
He back it up. Oh no, flown past that treble 20.
100.
Eight maximums in 9 legs against Marco Cantler in the opening round. Scott Williams. Looks like he's going to have to bring that sort of firepower against Stephen Bunting tonight, because this is magnificent from the bullet.
This is really good. I mean, he's barely broken sweat out there, and it's a very warm arena tonight as well. It's been a fairly hot day in Antwerp as well. 2,500 packed inside this Expo Arena, watching Stephen Bunting put on a bit of a display in this one so far.
60.
That'll have to do. Scott Williams, these are the only chances. That chance is evaporated.
84. Stephen, you require 40.
Bunting in position once again for a 3-0 lead. Already has that 10-dart break under his belt as well, a chance to embellish his lead. Awkward.
24. Scott, you require 44.
Not sure if that was a loose final dart. If it was a fairly good one. As it is, Williams can pick up the pieces on double 16 anyway. And Stephen Bunting squanders the opportunity to open up a 3-0 lead. It is a break back for Scott Williams. A bit careless from Stephen Bunting, and he's having a word with himself, or he was. He made his way to the front of the stage.
The only thing that's gone wrong for him there, they're going massively wrong though. That double top by such a distance, it cost him a chance to win the leg, but he's right back in the 60.
140.
Long ago on the Euro Tour, Stephen Bunting posted a personal best average, one of the highest averages we have ever seen on the European Tour. That was in Leverkusen. He went to the quarterfinals, averaged 117 and a bit against the hapless Owen Bates, who all he could do was stand there and applaud, which he actually did. Yeah, we're over the 3,000 mark for fans in here tonight at the Expo. About 14,000 tickets sold over the weekend. Not bad for a first time here in Antwerp.
Yeah, clearly an appetite here. That was also evidence in Visa earlier this year as well.
170.
Shouldn't be going for this. Just set us up, Steve. Set it up perfectly.
130.
Bullseye for good measure. 1 or 2 in the crowd thought the second dart was in anyway, but yeah, Bunting sitting pretty in this one, looking at tops for another 13 darter. Yeah, but for that slip up, this has been pretty good from Bunting so far. Williams, though, lurking on 86 in case Bunting does not find this double top. There's no guarantee that he will. Oh.
I think if he threw that again, he would struggle to get the dart between those two markers and the double top without it going in. Scott Williams missing the big 18, then missing everything. So Stephen will come back, and look, he cannot get any closer to that double top without it going in. Don't shank it in the 5 like in the previous leg. Yeah, double 10, Stephen Bunting right down his eye line from his position way over on the right of the oche. Always feel pretty confident when he's throwing at that target.
Well, that's a interesting graphic, isn't it? 1 out of 1 on double 10, but 1 out of 7 on the double 20. So read into that what you will. As you say, the double 10 is a great insurance policy when things do go wrong on double 20, because as you say, when he's on that right-hand side of the oche, it's bang in line for him.
I mean, he doesn't have to stand over there. Oh, he's at it again. He's at it again, Stephen Bunting. He is doing to Scott Williams what Scott Williams did to Marco Cantala yesterday. Williams couldn't produce the perfect leg, though he threatened. Can Bunting for a first ever big stage 9 darter?
Take 2 for Stephen Bunting. Left his lines with the 7th dart last time, and likewise once again. But still,
60.
Very much on course for an 11 darter.
He is rubbish at 9 darters.
41. Stephen, you require 81.
The theatrics courtesy of Scott Williams, a bit of Mensoren. Touch of something else thrown in as well.
49.
There's a little tap on the shoulder, but it's not much more than that. Bunting, the only doubles he's been missing have been double top. What's he like on double 16 tonight? Not a good start in that section of the ball.
Yeah, unconvincing on the doubles, you could argue, but Scott Williams once again isn't really able to impose himself or at least threaten a dart at a double.
61.
And Stephen Bunting has been given yet another helping hand here, although he could do with putting this one to bed sooner rather than later, with Williams now on 44. Yeah, good first start. That needed that. Didn't want to be messing around too much longer.
Stephen Bunting is averaging 105 here, and he has missed 9 darts at double. Scott Williams getting involved on the 180 hitting.
Yeah, big numbers from Stephen Bunting when you consider the wasted darts that he's had.
100.
Oh, that's difficult to live with. Scott Williams, look, he loves striding around the stage with that swagger and letting everybody know that he's brilliant. But it doesn't quite hit the same, does it, when the other guy is genuinely being mind-boggling in the scoring phase? Yeah, well done, pal. You've hit a couple of 180s. I've had 5. I've been on the 9-darter twice.
60.
After only 5 legs as well.
Twice. I've let you have 1 dart at double in this game.
59.
Would stop him strutting about, though, because that's what he is.
Yeah, twice in one day that Scott Williams has been welcomed onto stage, by the way. I think that might be a European tour first.
Yeah, they did it accidentally for Chris Dobie. It didn't do him any harm, though, did it? Because he was excellent when we saw him earlier in seeing off Kevin Doots.
140.
Yeah, there is that swagger about Williams, irrespective of how the match is going for him. He's got that same demeanour, which I like that, actually.
Yeah, absolutely. But Stephen Bunting will like that, because he's at half a dozen 180s already in this game. Oh, 12 off, 66. That leaves the bullseye. Ah, Scott Williams gets the leg and just lets Bunting ponder that.
Flag Stephen to throw it first.
Yeah, again, the worry is, though, that the first dart, I mean, that's not the first time that's happened today for Scott Williams as well, but the first dart, when he's been in position, has just gone a little bit awry, and then, okay, he's tied it up nicely, and yeah, there you see the ironic celebration, I suppose, the arms thrown up to the heavens in exasperation, if you like.
I'll say it again, just as when he played in the first round. When you look at him throw a dart, when you look at him deliver a dart to the board with that strong, straight, direct throw, when you look at how he groups the darts, how has he not won loads more games than he has this? It's 200 grand on his ranking. More than half of it comes from one weekend in Budapest last year and the World Championship. That's 2 events.
Yeah, just one other European campaign this year. That was a 3rd-round defeat at the European Darts Grand Prix. 2 very loose darts there as well, and only 40 scored from Scott Williams as well. Just another little nudge in the right direction for Stephen Bunting as well, who has 6 darts from 127, may even take it out in 3. Stayed there anyway. Didn't need to be aggressive anyway with Williams on 223.
There's a change in outfit from someone in the crowd there who's evidently put the Go in Price top on because he's on next. What was she wearing before? She wasn't in a Scott Williams shirt before, was she? He hasn't completely gone, he's getting beat here. I'm switching my allegiances.
And I'm just thinking as well, I think she came in with 2 shirts on and took one off.
Got more outfits than that monkey in Gibraltar. Double 16. There it is. Stephen Bunting closing in on a spot in the final day here to face either Martin Schindler or Peter Wright.
100.
55. 98.
Yeah, opening visit from 55 for Stephen Bunting. Williams has done a little bit with it as well. It's on the Williams throw as well, this one, so I think Bunting won't be expressing too many concerns, but might just inject a little bit of pace with this visit.
135.
105 average, the best we've seen today.
171.
And that's a heck of a visit from Scott Williams. Look, he's averaging 95 and hasn't missed a dart at double, but the chances have been so few and far between for Scott Williams. And yes, all right, this is the first ever event here in Antwerp, the first ever Flanders Darts Trophy, but it looks like Stephen Bunting's about to set a tournament record.
Well, Williams, I mean, he only needs one break, but he needs a lot more than that as well, if you catch my drift, and he could do with seeing this one out as well.
65.
Well, I need 2 breaks to win it.
31.
Because if we, of course, do go to a decider, and that's a long way away at the moment, yeah, it will be Bunting on throw.
This could go, though. The pause, the wait, and he needs a big finish. And he find it with 2 tops. Oh, he's not far off, is it?
91. Scotty requires 67.
Now, the way Williams has been lining these up there, I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't take out this 67. Let's see how he fares here. Double 16. Yeah, nicely done.
Scott Williams.
A lot of movement all over the board there for Scott Williams, but tidies it up very nicely indeed and keeps himself ticking over, keeps himself going. Needs to make his move now, though. Needs to capitalise on any sloppy start here for Bunting, if there is one, and there might well be. Yeah, just 59. Once again, second leg running that Bunting has started off sluggishly. Williams has to capitalise and he has to pounce all over it, and he's doing a pretty good job of it as well. Brilliant stuff. What a reaction that is.
Look at that. Just a slow strut to the board as Scott Williams lets that sink into Stephen Bunting's psyche that he's coming back at him.
60.
And it's only a 60 to back it up as well, so 119 with his first 6 darts, and Williams is in there again.
83.
11 180s in this game. Bunting just giving himself a moment, and look, he's done this quite a lot. Did it all the way through the Masters. Just giving himself a moment to recompose.
Yeah, one of these little psychological crutches that he reverts to every now and then. He's made no secret about this sports psychology that he's brought into his game as well, and there was another example of it.
Well, look how he uses the board. Look at that. 68 to leave 170. There's not many players that will do that sort of thing. He does use creative ways of getting down to finishes, Scott Williams. I'm not sure whether, if you look at the stats, whether it is the most effective way, but it's certainly interesting.
Well, it shows that he's
98.
thinking clearly out there, even though he's under a lot of pressure.
Never plays like he's on.
Just a little nudge again for Bunting here, but what a response this could be.
140.
He's tried to hit the 180, would have been his 8th, would have left 22. 1 dart at double 16 for Scott Williams. Oh, and it's the first dart at double he's missed in this entire match, and it might be the last dart he throws in this entire match.
Bunting steps up to the plate, 62 points away from a place in the 3rd round of the Flanders Darts Trophy for 2024, the inaugural edition. Finds the treble 10 to leave double 16, and Stephen Bunting wraps it up very nicely as well. A nice embrace between the pair, but what a match that was to start things off.